Hi, hello, my dear children. How are you? I hope all of you are staying safe. Today we are going to continue chapter 1 real numbers. That is revisit to, in that revisit to rational numbers. Okay. In the previous session, we have learned how to find whether the rational number is representing terminating decimal or non-terminating decimal, isn't it? For that, what is the theorem we have studied? That is, the denominator q of the rational number should be of the form 2 to the power m and into 5 to the power n, where m and n are non-negative integers. That means what? The whole number starting from 0, isn't it? So why 2 and 5 only the prime factors of the denominator? Because 2 into 5 is equal to 10, and decimal means that is 10. So decimal expansion, that is the decimal numbers are also fractions. It is called as a decimal fraction, and whose denominator is 10. The standard denominator should be 10 or its powers. Okay, so that is why the theorem says what? The denominator q should be in the form of 2 to the power m into 5 to the power n. Have you understood, children? So using this, we just, without actual division, we just separated the terminating or non-terminating decimals in the question number 1, isn't it? Now, in this session, we are going to find the decimal expansions of those questions in question number 1. Okay, so we found only these 6 rational numbers represented terminating decimal. So in this question, we are going to write or find the decimal expansion of these terminating and decimal rational numbers. Okay, so for that, what should you do? So you have to find the prime factors of the denominator q. Okay, and first step, write the prime factors of the denominator q. What do you get? It is divisible by 5. So write 5. 5 6 are 30, 2 5s are 10, 5 5s are. Again it is divisible by 5. So 1, 2, 5. And again divisible by 5, 2, 5. Again it is divisible by 5, 5 5s are and 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3125 is equal to what? 5 to the power 5. Okay. So now you write this as the denominator as the power of 5. Okay. Now what should we do? What is missing in the denominator? The prime factor 2 is missing. Isn't it, children? If you have 2 to the power 5 in the denominator, then it will be very easy to write it in the form of a decimal expansion. Okay. So why? You know, the law of indices is a to the power m into b to the power m. If the powers are same, you can multiply the base, isn't it? A into b, the whole power m. So if you have 2 to the power 5, the powers will be same. So the denominator will become 10. 10 to the power 5. So to make it 10 to the power 5, we are multiplying, you should multiply the denominator by 2 to the power 5. Okay. The same way you have to multiply the numerator also by 2 to the power 5. Then only the value of the rational will not change. Otherwise, the value of the rational will change. Isn't it, children? So, you multiply the numerator and the denominator by what? 5 to the 2 to the power 5. So first step, find the prime factors of the denominator. Second step, you find the missing factor. If 5 is there, you have to write 2. If 2 is in the denominator, you have to write 5 and make the powers same by multiplying the numerator and the denominator with the same number. So the value will not change. Okay. Now, next we'll simplify this. So 13 into 2 to the power 5 is what? 32. By 5 2s are 10 to the power 5. Now multiply by 13. What do we get? 13 2s are 26. 13 3s are 39. 39 plus 2, 41 by 10 to the power 5. Now, since if the denominator is 10, the rational number should have only one decimal place. If the denominator is 10 square, the rational number should have 2 decimal places. Isn't it? Here the power is 5. So, the decimal expansion of this rational should have 5 decimal places. But here we have only 3. 4, 1, 6, only 3. So you have to make it as 5. And if you write 0 in the right side, the value will increase. So you have to write 0 in the left side. So the value of this 416 will be the same. Okay. Now add 2 zeros to the left side of the number and mark the point. It is 0 point. Is it clear, children? Why are we adding 2 zeros to the left side? So if you add 2 zeros to the left side, it is only 416, the value. And now you have to mark decimal places. How many? 5 we need. So we have made this 416 as 00416. So it has got 5 digits. Now if you mark the decimal place, it is 0.00416. Is it clear? So what is the answer? 0.00416. Okay. Now we'll move to the next sum. What is it? The denominator is what? 8. 8 is equal to what? 2 into 2 into 2. So you can write it as 2 cubed. Now you have the prime factor 2, but which prime factor is missing? 5 is missing. And the power should be the same. Here the power of 2 is 3. So the power of 5 also should be the same. Isn't it? So what should you do? You multiply the numerator and the denominator with 5 cubed. So if you multiply, then the powers are same and you are getting the denominator as in the form of 2 to the power m into 5 to the power n. The powers are same and you have the prime factors 2 and 5. So now you simplify. So how many decimal places this rational number will have? 3. Okay. So this is 17 into 5 cube is what? 5 into 5 into 5. So 25 5s are 125 by 10 cube. 17 5s are 85, 34, 42, 21 by 10 cube. Now we need only 3 decimal places. But here how many decimal places are there? How many numbers are there? 4 numbers. So you write the number and count the digits from the right hand side. 1, 2, 3. So 2.125. So the answer is 2.125. Is it clear? Now we'll move to the next one. It is 15 by 1600. Here the common factor is 5. So let us simplify that. So it will be easy for us to do the prime factorization. And so both are, it is ending with 5, here it is ending with 0, both are divisible by 5. So when you divide 15 by 5, you will get what? 3 5s are 15. by, now again 3 5s are 15, 10, 2 5s are 10, 0. Now you write the prime factors of 320. 320, you can write 320 in a simple form, 32 into 10. And 32 is 2 to the power 5, all of you know. Okay, or 2 to the power 5 into 2 into 5. Already all of you know 2 to the power 5 is 32. You should know that. Okay, 2 to the power 5 is what, 2 to the power 6 is what, all the things if you know, it will be very easy to do the calculations. So, what do you get here? 3 by 2 to the power 6 into 5. Right? Now, you have 2 and 5 in the denominator, but the powers are not same. So, what should you do? You have to make the powers same. For that, here 5 power 1 you have. Okay? So, you have to multiply by what number? 5 to the power 5. Isn't it? So, it will become 5 to the power 6. 5 plus 1, 6. When the base are, you know what? A to the power m into a to the power n is equal to a power m plus n. Law of indices. Isn't it? The same thing we are doing here. So, you have multiplied the denominator by 5 to the power 5. So, the numerator also multiplied by 5 to the power 5. And 5 to the power 5 is what? Already we have done what? 3125. So, here 3 into 3125 by 2 power 6 into 5 power 6. So, what do you get? Multiply by this. 9,375 by 10 to the power 6. Isn't it? But what do we need? Here only 4 digits in the numerator, but the power is 6. So, it should have 6 decimal places. How many decimal places it should have? 6 decimal places. So, what should you do? You have to add how many? Write the number. You have to add how many zeros to the left side? 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now you mark the point and 0. Okay. So what is the answer? Answer is 0.009375. Okay. Now we will do sum number 423 by 2 cube into 5 square. Here the prime factors are given. Isn't it, children? So it is easy for us to do. So what should you do? You have to equalize. Only thing is you have to equalize the power. So what is the highest power? 3. So how many decimal places this rational number will have? 3 decimal places. So now you write this as what? 23 by 2 cube into 5 square into 5 into 5. So the power will become what? Cube. So by 2 cube into 5 cube. Isn't it, children? So now 115 by 10 cube. So already 3 digits are there. So the answer is what? 0.115. Now we'll move to the next one. Next one is what? 6 by 15. So both are divisible by 3. So let us simplify that. So when you divide by this, you will get 2 by 5. Now you have 5. What is missing? 2 is missing. So what should you do? You multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. So what do you get? 2 2s are 4 by 10. So the answer is the only one decimal place, 0.4. The answer is 0.4. Okay. Now here also you can simplify by 5. 7 5s are 35. 10 5s are 50. So the denominator is 10. So it is easy to write the answer 0.7. So the answer is 0.7. Is it clear, children? So first step is what? You have to factorize the denominator. Second step, you have to find the missing term, missing prime number, either 2 or 5. And third step, you have to equalize the power by multiplying the numerator and the denominator with the same number, and then you simplify, and then according to the power of 10 in the denominator, you write the decimal expansion of the rational number. These are the steps you have to follow to do these sums. And when you may be getting, there is one more question you will be getting in this for the board examination. That is, you will be given the rational number, and the question will be, how many decimal places will be in the rational number 13 by 3125. Okay, so for that you just prime factorize and see the highest power. Up to this, if you do, that's enough. 5 to the power 5. Anyway, you are going to multiply by 2 to the power 5 only to make the decimal places. No need to go to the further steps. 1 mark, no step marks. Okay, for 1 mark, if it is correct 1, if it is wrong 0. So what should you do? See this 5. So maximum, how many decimal? This is only 5 decimal places. Here if you see, the power is 3. So it is 3 decimal places. Like that you can just write the answers. Okay, children. So 1 mark you have to spend only 2 minutes, not more than that. Within that 2 minutes, you have to finish this question and you have to move to the other one. Okay, now we'll see the last question in this exercise. The last question is, children, this question is a big one. I'll just read it. The following real numbers have decimal expansions as given below. Okay, the decimal expansion of the rational numbers are given. In each case, decide whether they are rational or not. By saying the decimal expansion, you have to decide whether they represent rational number or irrational number. Okay, and if they are rational, and of the form P by Q. What can you say about the prime factors of Q? Okay, and for the rational numbers, you have to write what should be the prime factors of the denominator. Okay, and yeah, that's all. That's the question. So you have to check whether it is rational or irrational, and if it is a rational number, you have to write what should be the prime factors of the denominator of the rational number. Okay, so now see here, this is what type of decimal expansion? Terminating decimal expansion. So if it is a terminating decimal expansion, it will represent a rational number. Okay, so this should be what? 43, it is a rational number. So this should be of what? 43, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So how many decimal places are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 decimal places. So what should be the power? 10 to the power 9. Isn't it? So what are the prime factors of 10 to the power 9? It should be what? 2 to the power 9 and 5 to the power 9. Have you understood, children? So what is the answer? It is a rational number whose denominator is of the form 2 to the power m into 5 to the power n. That is what? 2 to the power 9 into 10 to the power 9. Is it 5 to the power 9? Is it clear, children? Now next sum. This gives 0.1201, 2001, 20001, 20000. So see the pattern of the rational number decimal expansion. Here no number is what? There is no pattern. It's not terminating. It is not repeating. So it represents a non-terminating, non-recurring decimal. So it is not a rational number. What? It is an irrational number. Okay, now sum number 3. Sum number 3 is 43.12345. Okay, children, now see the decimal representation of this. See, both are same, but here no bar. Here we are writing with the bar, isn't it? So what is the difference between these two, sum number 1 and sum number 3? Here it represents a terminating decimal, but here it represents, when you the bar is given above the numbers, what is the meaning of that? These numbers are repeating. This number, it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like that, it go on repeating. Which part numbers? This group of these numbers. It's numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It will repeat. It will go on repeating. No ending. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Again. Okay. So this is what kind of rational decimal? It is what? It is or non-terminating recurring or repeating decimal. Okay, so it is a rational number. Okay, rational number, the decimal expansion may be terminating or non-terminating recurring decimal. Have you understood, children? Therefore, what can you say about the denominator? The denominator, the prime factors of the denominator cube should not be of the form what? 2 to the power m into 5 to the power n. It's not necessary. Okay, but here it is what? It is a what decimal? Terminating decimal. Okay, here what decimal? It is a non-terminating and non-repeating decimal. Okay, therefore it represents a rational number. Okay, here it is non-terminating, recurring or repeating decimal, so it represents a rational number. Here it represents irrational number, here it represents rational number, here again represent a rational number because of the decimal expansions. Here it is terminating decimal and this is non-terminating, non-repeating, this is non-terminating, repeating. Have you understood, children? So these are the important properties of the decimal expansion of the rational numbers. Is it clear? I think this chapter is over and only one sum in the exercise 1.1 finding HCF of the numbers, that is one word problem is there. So I will do those word problems in the next session and we will complete this chapter. Okay, children, if you have any doubts, you can write it. I will clarify the doubts. Thank you, children. God bless you all.